phone here is incorrect. Good morning and welcome to Blue Skies Live Day Trading Stream. Today is November 12th, 2025. It's about 8:21 a.m. CST. We're about 8 minutes from market open. Hope you all had a great morning, great start. We're set up for a great day. Government looks like it might reach a vote on reopening the government. Let's take a look at our gold levels to start off the morning session. Gold levels this morning is we've got a breakout level on gold at 4,145. First take profit on that breakout will be 4,161. If you're looking for a reversal, you could sell the reversal at 4,130. And if you're looking to buy a buyback reversal, will be 4,101. If gold breaches 4,087, that is your breakdown level, and your first take profit would be 4,070. For NQ, I've got a breakout level of 25,800, with your first target being 25,893. If you're looking to sell the reversal, if we get to 25,720, you can take a short there, and for a reversal, you can buy back at 25,560. You got a breakdown level of 25,481, with your first take profit being 25,387. Those are my NQ and gold levels. You can catch those inside our Discord every morning prior to market open in our Discord channel. So be sure to stop in, check that out. Hey, how's it going, Christian Live? Good to see you. Good morning. Yeah, so we've got a pending vote on the government reopening. Let's take a look at gold. Well, look at that. That's really interesting. Anybody that's bullish on gold, looks like we have a really nice W that has formed on the 9-minute here. Might be a little bit easier to read on the 10. On the 15, you can see we've got relative equal lows. Let's see if we can get this right leg to just kind of flag out, and if we can break out. If we break out of this, I would expect to see a significant push on gold. Otherwise, this could turn around, turn into like a double, like a triple top, and we sell off. I don't really think we'll see that on gold, but nonetheless, just just be aware of that. It could happen, but most likely I think that we will see a significant bounce on gold and hopefully break out of 4,150. Take a look at ES. ES is currently consolidating within its range it's been in since about the last 2 hours or so. Might possibly come down to VWAP here at 6,889. Might offer a decent entry for a long. If you are looking for a high probability long, I would wait until you hit VWAP, and from the VWAP point, look at taking a long. I do know some traders that are looking at shorts this morning and trying to short this. Just be aware, the market has been very bullish, and we sold off significantly for about 5 days, well, really 3 days last week, and it had a significant pivot on Friday. So we've already pivoted from the sell, Friday afternoon. So I'd be very careful. I'd be very careful with shorts. Last thing you want to do is get stuck fighting the trend. All right, let's look at the dollar. Dollar is currently sitting at 99.69. Looks like it's making a push to the upside right now, hitting some overhead resistance from yesterday. So let's see, yesterday's high was 99.72 on the dollar, and it does look like it is going to progress to move to the upside. So I would expect some upside on the dollar. That might also lead the indices to take a little bit of a pullback as the dollar is gaining value. Looks like on Renko's we're starting to ghost the print down to the downside, but I think it will be a short-lived sale. We do have the prior day orb on NQ down at 25,648. That is the opening range break from yesterday. So that might be a significant level that we may touch. I don't know if we'll necessarily sell a little over 100 points here in the morning session. So that would be a significant bounce. I think more realistically, if we're going to sell, maybe catch it down at 25,740, 754. That should offer a decent entry for a long, but we shall see. We are 3 minutes away from the open. Hope you guys have a great day. Let's make some money. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in chat. I would love to hear your questions, and I'm more than glad to take a look at any charts that you'd like me to take a look at. Bitcoin currently sitting at 104,762. Did catch a bid yesterday about 30 minutes before market open and has been holding since. Still looking to see if Bitcoin will hold and regain. We shall see. Crypto has been proving to be a little weak and not showing any indication of that bull rally ripping currently. All right, we're 2 minutes away. What's everybody else looking at? Anybody looking at anything this morning? I didn't see if Mike dropped anything in the crypto section. I noticed he's been dropping tickers. We got 1 minute. Let's go into NASDAQ and let's watch this volatility here in the morning session. I got 10 seconds. Ding, ding, ding. Good luck, traders. Oof. Does that sell? All right, now we're at VWAP. Big Bear AI ripping. Looks like Open Door is also catching a bid. Take a look at Big Bear AI. Oh my goodness, look at that. Big Bear AI is catching a huge bid. NASDAQ proceeding to sell down to the downside. Oof. Look at this dumping. Oh, look at you, Steve. Look at you, Steve. over there with Grinder. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? You think you're Apple? You think you're Apple bottom jeans? That's my quant. You can't be stealing his thunder. You know, he is he's hard for Grinder. I mean, he's all in on Grinder. He's all in on Grinder. See, you're stealing his thunder. He's actually a significant holder of it. A true story. He's a big holder of it. Oh my God. And it's like big berry eye. It's like ripping to the upside. Catch a little bit of a bid, taking a long here. Catch a quick scalp on this. Oh, I didn't catch. Oh my goodness. No, I didn't get filled on that. I was trying to get into Big Bear AI. I was trying to get in on some $7 calls, and they just ripped on me. They just ripped up to 30 cents. See if we can hold this level right here and catch a bid on it. One more and done. Congrats. Oosh. Algoing doing me right. Let's see. My goodness, those $7 calls are not like 35 cents. Big Bear AI is ripping to the upside team. Market's still fading pretty heavily here in the morning session. Let's see if we get to yesterday's prior orb. You know, the only bad thing about this is we're gonna have a huge opening range. It's gonna be crazy. Oh my goodness. BBI is just should catch a bid here. Gold rejecting some. Yes, doing. Yes, holding fairly well. Got a nasty wick down though. I mean, it's a nasty sell wick. Poking up Riz. Not much going on. Yes, correct. Was hoping for a 880, but it dumped hard last time we were here. Went 0. A Fluid made a quick 500 on a gold short. Fantastico. Ace, win 0 RQ. Dang, man, everybody wants 0. I got no more accounts. Hit max jail for everything. Nice. I have some speakers today. I'm not aware of any speakers today. Yeah, I'm not aware of anybody speaking today. We might, but nobody's mentioned anything to me, so I'm unfortunately unaware of it. I'll ask the team and find out if we possibly do. Stopping here goal was good for me today. Dang, broski. Let's go. Congratulations, Affluent. Great trade right there, my friend. Great trade. Yeah, I'll ask the team right now and find out if anybody is speaking today. Like I said, I am unaware. I'm unaware of anybody speaking today. There might very well be. Let's open up a heat map this morning. Yeah, as a matter of fact, RQ, I did throw up the calendar this morning. It was right here. There was a calendar I dropped this morning. Just like I do every morning. I usually do that. But thank you. All from the newsletter. I don't get the newsletter. Yeah, I don't get the newsletter. Oh wow, my name's even on there. I didn't even realize that. But that's cool. I didn't know my name was on there. Wow. That's pretty neat. I'm infamous. I'm like El Guapo. Man, that's just gonna make me feel real old. I'm gonna be like El Guapo. All right, let's take a look at Big Bear. See if this thing is settled in some. Man, I can't believe I missed those calls. I'm so mad at myself. They're sitting at 40 cents. God, 40 bucks from a $7 contract. Oh my God, I would have been done already. I would have been done with my options trades. And instead, no. Feels like the market is ready to kind of catch itself. Maybe we'll catch a bid right here. Yes, it's already catching a bid though. Very much different than what NQ is doing. Somebody's lying. The dollar is starting to sell. So that should give us some upside. But on Renkos, we've already, well, you know, we're coming down to VWAP. So that might be a nice thing. Oh, I can't take a picture. Someone is lying, my friend. Someone is lying to us. Chips are starting to sell. Oh man, this is gonna mess up my chips. Man. NASDAQ about to go red on the session. Man, this algo short is not doing good, or long is not doing good for me. Good Lord. I'm testing out a different algo from a friend of mine. It had good numbers on paper, but doesn't look like it's translating into anything muy bueno for your friend over here. But this is a good area. I mean, look, now we're at yesterday's prior orb low high. So we should hold this. If we don't hold this, no bueno. We're going to get back into yesterday's orb low. And then, of course, we're going to start selling into like Monday mid and previous week mid. And maybe even open up the door down to 25,354. 400s. Chihuahua RQ. I tell you, broski. God darn. I'm going to have to add this to my watch list. I'm going to add this to my watch list. I wanted down here this week. Well, I'm looking. Yeah, it looks like since we got under VWAP now, we're going to have that push down on ES. I would expect us to get down to the monthly open at 6,878. So I would assume we'll get down there. We might even, probably first off, we'll get to that first week low of ES. So you're probably looking at 6,882. Then you're going to come down to 6,878. But, you know, we're at the beginning of the morning session. So let's see. We've got one more minute for our orb to complete. So let's see what that does. Now, ES's orb high is significantly further away than what NQ's is. Let's go ahead and move. Let's move the orb high on ES already. Top of that will be 6,892. That's not what I needed. Let's lock that. I don't want to move that anymore. And orb low for ES will be right at 6,882 and a quarter. That gives you your range for the morning session. Let's see if we find a break in either direction, either to the upside or to the downside. And we'll take it from there. Wow, that's crazy that Big Bear ran like that. Now, I just updated my watch list, so I added a few new tickers to it. Gold looks like it's gonna want to go. Like I mentioned earlier, it looks like gold is in a bull flat or a massive W there on the higher time frames. Let's see what gold contracts are running for. There are 0 DTEs today on gold, so we shall see. They're a little pricey though, I'm not gonna lie. At the money call, one out the money call is gonna cost you about $71 or 71 cents. NASDAQ still pushing below, just broke the orb. this is terrible. So Steve is coming in. Okay, all right, that's great. Then I am gonna take off around noon. Today's me and my wife and I's anniversary. So I'm, hey, gotta spend a little time with the wife. She's taking off on a business trip next week, so thank you. Now almost 20 years together. How crazy is that? Time flies when you're having fun. Somebody put up with me for over 20 years. I can't believe it. I feel sorry for her. Bless her heart. You stuck it out with my butt for this long. Okay, there's that monthly open here on yes. Let's see what we do here. If man, that algo just did not do me right this morning. I'm a little mad with it now. Really interesting. Look at where NQ is at. It is right in the middle of yesterday's prior orb. You just broke below it. Broke below 25,588. This thing wants to buy more or what? This thing does me no favors today. It's gonna ruin my launch. Bitcoin dumping as well. Whoa, look at that. We got a nasty sell signal on Bitcoin. What's Big Bear AI doing? Looks like Big Bear AI is ready to make its next leg up. There's an acquisition of them trying to purchase another company. That's what's circulating on the intrawebs right now. Get that idea. Notifications. Okay, and ES cracked the monthly open, testing the daily open. So that is the Sydney open right there that we're bouncing right off of. So that is the opening of today's session right there. Take a look at the heat map. Chips, technology services are leading the downfall of the market. They are leading the charge to the sell side. I am getting sell signals on NASDAQ further now. Just broke the orb low on NQ. Oh, this is terrible. General, what shorts did you get, General? Did you get those two short contracts? I know you did. Please tell me. Let's see. This thing was moving so fast. Holy moly. Would you pick them up at $1? Nice. Nice. Congrats on that. So I think I figured out, General, I think I figured out how Webull handles their cash accounts now. So what they'll do is you get two trades with your funds. If you cash out of the contract, They will make those funds available to you, the profit from that, like the full amount. But when you take that second trade, if you close that position, that money will not clear until the following session. So you'll have to wait. It won't be made available to you instantly. So that's a little nugget for you. You might like. So even though you're in a cash account and you technically shouldn't have those funds, they make them available to you for one instance. But then if you close that next contract, those funds won't be available to you. You'll have to wait until the next open, until those contracts settle. I'm just gonna leave this here because the opening range is fairly big on Nasdaq, and I like how we're right inside of yesterday's orb. How funny is that? It's Robin Hood for you, bro. Come on. I hate this algo got me in this short. It's gonna ruin me in the lead competition. Sheesh, I was up on this account. I think I was. Oh, no. Dang, we've been taking some nasty. Well, that is this because I've got one of this for them. It's like 2 Gs. So I'd be like, what, 8, 9? I'd almost be break even. No, there goes gold. Gold is going for it. Looks like silver even wants to go for it. Look at that gap up on silver right here. It's crazy. Oof. Dang, market is just damn. We're continuing to sell. Wow, that's man, that algo did me no favors. It hosed me. Is gold. What is silver doing? So we're getting a little slow here. How much of a rip are we gonna get on this thing? Let's see if we get a nice rip on silver here. I picked up some silver 48.50 calls for today. There's like 2 cents. Can't beat it. You know me. The precious metals are going to just continue ripping to the upside. I think that this move will continue. We'll see. I went for the 48.50s. I mean, it's a ways out. I mean, I could have went for the 48s because there were 7 cents. And you probably might want to do that. I wanted to buy more and then be cheaper, and I want the rip. We got that gap up, so I think that we will gap up. I'm hoping that we can get to the previous month high. You know, if the market's gonna do this and the metals are gonna rip, I assume that we will have the continuation of that rip. But I can always be wrong. And it's only 12 bucks. I picked up 6 of them for 12 bucks. So I'm not risking anything. I mean, barely can buy a lunch for $12 nowadays. Let's take a look at the Dow. Jeez, the Dow is ripping to the upside, team. The Dow is doing the complete opposite of what this market is doing. Let's take a look at the Russell. So it looks like the Dow and the Russell are ripping to the upside. I would expect then that ES and NASDAQ should catch a bid. Still holding that orb low. Definitely a good look. There's that bid starting to kick in on NASDAQ. Hearing news that AMD is ripping. Nice double E forming on the tick chart. I would imagine so. Let's take a look at gold and see what gold is doing. A little bit of a rejection there. Still flagging on that W. Definitely need that to hold. Yo, what's up, Jen? I saw you, General. What's going on? Yeah. Now, you know what would be the nice thing? It's the whole keep sell one and sell one for like $2 and then keep that runner and let it, get the European close on it, get the European settlement on it, and just keep it past close. Let that thing be worth $12, $15. Imagine that. What kind of rejecting here? Got a nasty downtrend that we'll have to get over if we want to get that upside. Scary thing is we don't always break these. Not like these. We need a better pattern, but we shall see, team. We shall see. Yes, market close. Sorry. The bell for the weekly VWAP. Still trending in a downward trend. What's NQ doing? NQ curling over now. The market is really catching a bit down to the upside. Will the market hold though? The cash have been keep moving. Nice trade, General. How's that ES working for you? I was waiting for my contract to get back in the money. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. No, it should not be. That's a different algo that's on the screen. That's something else. I'm just testing it, trying to see on paper, and the statistics look better before. You know, I usually paper trade them so that I can see what their performance is, where I can kind of get used to them, because they each have their own characteristics and stuff like that. No, I actually meant a different one. It's a different algo. Waller is taking the stage right now. Hey, good morning. Yeah, I know gold is ripping. I'm waiting for silver to rip. You would know that. Yeah. I was actually looking at some QQQ 624s. I want to see those come back into like 48 cents ish or something. Waller's speaking right now, and I want to wait a little. I'm probably gonna see a little bit of a pullback here though. Oh, there's a that's oof. Sorry, it's just time and place. It's just time and place. You know, I'm expecting it not to start for another 10 minutes that rip to the upside. Oh, that's nasty. Whoa. Whoa. Retesting the orb low again. Put that on the universe. Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that on me. This, no. This pullback is RQ's fault, bro. This pullback is RQ's fault. Don't you put that on me. You know, I'm just calling the play-by-play action here that I see. Let's see, where is it? I have it here. Where is it? Oh, did I not save this? Oh, where is it? Man, let's see here. No, it's not here. Hold on, hold your horses. There you go, guys. Yeah, it is. Blame it on me. Look, I'm just asking for value. Well, you need to blame me? You're blaming me for that, right? I'm not even the market maker. That's not even in my name. I made them take your money. I'm not even in this trade short, man. So I didn't even take your money. I would have taken. I don't want to take your money. I don't want to take. I'm not take anybody's money from in here. I might sometimes, but not intentional. Hey, heck, there's plenty of times you take my money. You know, I'm over here, you know, not having lunch. You know, I'm fasting. You know, I'm having condiments for breakfast. Yeah, I blame you for that. Oh, those contracts are up 2%. Oh my God, these things are gonna rip. I should have bought more. Did you take that silver trade? I hope you took that silver trade. That was the trade I called. You know, when I'm hungry. You know, what am I supposed to do? You know, a little bread, a little ketchup, breakfast. I'm just being patient because yesterday I need to practice better, you know, self-control and not just go in at the beginning. I'm up 95% on those silver calls now. Look, I'm just trying to give you bangers. That's all. You know? I talked about look at gold. Look, I said it in the morning session. I was like, there is this W that's on gold on the higher time frames. You look at it on the 15, and if we start to flag here, we're gonna wreck. And that's what happened. That's what I told you. I didn't tell you to long NASDAQ. I didn't tell you to long ES. Have not said that yet. And you know me, I'm a bull. I'm a perma bull. You know, I always wanted to rip, but I haven't seen that move yet on ES or NASDAQ. If anything, the algos are messing. You know what? I am feeling the burn because I am losing the lead competition. I want to prove I'm a good trader, but the algos are not letting me do that. Exactly. I love gold. We talk about it. See? Call him the Gold Bay. I was like, NASDAQ does not look like that. No, NASDAQ does not look like that at all. NASDAQ does not look like that at all. Big Bear AI doing kind of flagging right now. Contracts are starting to diminish a little on value. Spread's kind of spready on my silver contracts because I'm a little far out of the money. Look at that move on gold sitting at 4,171. MJ, I hope you're in that. Broke that high. Yeah. But we got a long way to go. I mean, look at how far gold could really rip. I mean, could it get like that? I mean, it could very well be. Dang, that's a beautiful move on it. Sheesh. Yeah, I even mentioned it. Oh, congrats, MJ. I even mentioned that earlier when I drew this trend line, General. I said more often than not, I do not see us ever break this. These patterns, like these patterns here, these are not bullish breakout patterns. Like for me, never. Like I don't. When NASDAQ will break out, it won't do this. It'll stay in this range longer, and it won't do that downtrend breakout. It's gonna consolidate and it'll flag out and then it breaks out. That's more often what I see. Like now that I've been doing this, sitting here looking at the charts, that's why I don't even go for these really. The only reason I'll go for the 45 breakout is you have to be in an uptrend, because that means that is the next leg up. That and trading a breakout is different. You need different confluences for that. Right now, chips are not doing well. Man, market looks like it just wants to continue toileting. Pretty gross. We're about 8 minutes away from the London Power Hour start. So our friends across the pond will be calling it a day, and we'll be in the last hour of their session. Short would have paid, bro. Take a look at those QQQ calls. Let's see what they dipped into. I can't believe that this thing is still terrible. Terrible. $6.24s are like 53 cents. They got down all the way to, what did they get down to? 44 cents. That was it. Market is tilted to the call side though. I will say that. Still holding that orb low, the prior date orb low on NQ. Really, really cool. Oh man, I feel you on that, Omar. I've done that. Where did everything go? Where did everything go? I've had instances that like my internet gone out and I'm like mid-trade, and I don't always use a stop. So I don't always use a stop. My options trades, now I'm always using a stop, you know, so my stop is already all cooked in. So, you know, automatically, you know, I'm already looking at, you know, having that protection there for me. So my stop is usually already baked in at like 65% at the worst case scenario. Gold doing probably flag some more for the next leg up. That's what I would expect. More of a flag, and then it'll get that continued breakout. Oosh. Yes, it's just dumping. It's gross. NQ down 0.15%. ES still green. The Dow up 0.84%. Dow's making a bull flag here on the 5 minute. Let's see if it holds the 9 and bounces from here and makes its next leg up. Russell has already given up the move. It's just dropping like it's hot. Looking fairly gross. Looking fairly gross on the Russell. Let's get back at NQ. Dolce, what's up, my friend? Gotta reset that overnight move. Can't give all the free monies. Exactly, my friend. They're giving away those free monies. God, that's kidding. I shouldn't even say that. Oh. Feels like it sometimes. My thing is, you know what, Dolce, I'll be honest with you. My biggest struggle is I am my own worst critic. I am horribly hard on myself. You know, I won't give myself any credit. So, you know, it's really important that it's really helpful when my trade buddies or I'm around people that are like kind of positive and kind of can see my performance and can point it out for me, because I won't. Even if regardless of what I make, I still won't be happy. I'll be like, no, I should have done better. I should have done this. I'll still find a negative side to anything I do, and I'll lean in on that. You know, I'll be like, no, this is where I messed up and I could have done this better, this better. Although for me, I think that's what makes me good. I think that's my edge, is that, I don't take it for granted, regardless of what positive is happening, and I'm always looking for how I can improve and get better. Like I feel that that's what gives me an edge. I think we'll bounce though. Goes gold. Gold making that next leg up. Same for silver. Yeah. Stopped out. Oh, you're short on that? Let's see. Oh yeah, you were short on that. At least you stopped out on the money though. The only time I'll complain about getting stopped out is if I get stopped out on red. Even if I get stopped out and then the move continues, just part of the game. It's all part of this, machine we're in. You just gotta take the good with the bad. Now I'm starting to look at Qs and NQ to see where I could catch a buy on it. Although I am not liking this candle formation. Look at the 5 minute. You zoom out on this, it looks like a bear flag right here. I mean, the only piece of confidence you could have is if you want to call this a double bottom right here. There's your top. So that's about the only pattern I could see on here that might actually play out to the upside. Although, like I said, I see the bear flag. I'd be careful. Just be careful, Jen. Oh wow, he was right about that. Don't you, bro? We all feel we could do better, but if you didn't catch the entire move, it wasn't meant for you. I can't tell you how many times just listening to your commentary, you've reminded me what I needed to hear and let the trade work instead of taking quick scalps. I appreciate you on that, man. Oh man, that's awesome, Gabber. I'm so glad. That's ultimately what I hope. I hope that you guys are, I may not always give trade signals in there, and it's really hard to, because you guys have sat here for so long. You got to be ready with your finger on the trigger, but really, that doesn't mean you're learning the trade. That just means you're following someone. And I don't want you to follow anyone. We have some great coaches here. Coach Matt, Becky, now we got Steven. They're putting the curriculum together to help you find those entries. What I really want to help is with the other side of that, which is that intraday trade psychology. What should I be doing? What is the overall market's trend? So that if If you're fighting the trend, maybe what I'm saying will kind of resonate with you and be like, you know what, maybe I should get out of this. Coach Riz is saying that the market is doing X, Y, and Z, and if it leads you to where you start reevaluating how you're assessing the market and managing your trades, that means more to me than me teaching you an entry, because that means that you are learning on your own. You're starting to fish for yourself. $556 didn't blow it up. Nice. Absolutely. I definitely do. I don't think I have a lot of followers, but I do. I got a little group of them, and I love them. I love all of you guys, and I've always said my DMs are open. If you guys have questions or want to hang in the after hours, I'm always open to it. I'm available. I'm around. Doing here with silver. Silver's making that nice move up. Contracts are moving slowly but surely. It's gross. All right, we're 4 minutes into that London power hour. Also good call out on the gold. Got long after this flag. Sweet. I'll be waiting for the 9 to cut up across the 20, then price hold before I take a long. Yeah, it doesn't look like NASDAQ is going to do that for us at all. Let's take a look at Dixie. Funny thing, Dixie has sold. Dixie's been selling, kind of finding a base here. It looks like it wants to continue down. Bassett is also taking the stage here shortly, so he should be making some comments. But my thing is the Feds are they're just giving comments, a little bit of Q&A. Renkos have not thrown the buy signal yet either. We are testing below the 200, so this should be a bounce spot for us. I wouldn't expect us to sell much more, but you never can tell with the market. Yeah, those contracts are up 144%. That's crazy. Oh man, it is still dumping. Come on, AQ. Somebody buy this thing. You were going to say, take a look at silver. Oh, I've got it up on another chart right now. I'm just not making everybody kind of cook in my trade. Oh man. Oh, what is going on with the market? No, where are the bulls? Jeez. Oh man, I need to cut that, man. That is redunculous. Like, how am I? Man, now I'm gonna have a massive amount of money I'm gonna have to make up on that trade. Man, I am not using that algo. I'm going to turn that off. Jeez. That thing just toileted. Wait, no, I didn't want to. I need to clear that thing, not. Am I in that position? No, I am not. Man. Yeah, that's. All right. Yeah, I'm going to take that out. Woo-wee. I bet you that thing should have been scaling in. That's why it didn't work. Some of the algos are like that. They have to scale in. I know about all those face tattoos, man. I'm too old for that. I want to sleep though. I do want to sleep. I've been wanting to sleep for like a very long time. I was a little tilted yesterday. I was a smidge tilted. But I can get I can kind of see through it though. Yeah, I can kind of navigate my tilt. Well, I'm glad I didn't jump into that. Let's take a look at that. I heard something about it. Holy moly. Man, everybody hates Mark. Whoa, man. Wow. That's a bottom main tail candle right there on the market. This should be good. This should be real good right there. If you now you could probably take that long. This is where I would be taking that long right now, General. Look when you get those exaggerated wicks like that, that yo-yo, that's what I like. That's when I like to take the long. Because that's an aggressive buy up. And you're just hosing like traders right in there. Just like when you see that wick top, that we'll get that insane wick up, and people like have a tendency that they want to get that top because visually that's what you want to do. This is the reverse of that. Exactly. Let's see how this holds, like I said. But this is the spot I would be looking at long. Oh my God, those calls are up 242%, General. Bro, put these babies in the money and we are toe tapping, my friend. We are toe tapping. Come on, just do it, Silver. Let's go. Send this thing. Bitcoin's still dumping. Okay, Tim, I'm gonna go get myself another cup of rocket fuel BRB. Let's go, General. Let's go. Nasdaq team, I'm back. Sorry about that. Whoa, what is going on there? 400, 500%. Let's go. I'm up 388% right now on those. You got $49 calls, you degen. You degen. Why is your percentage so much higher than mine though? Did you buy them for less than 2 cents? Did you grab those for $1? Sorry about that. Let's go over and look at Nasdaq. I'm sorry I left y'all on Bitcoin. I apologize for that. Such an idiot. All right, there we go. Oh my God, we're up 46% on these calls. Oh my God. Oh man, this is insane. This is insane. I wish I had bought more. Oh my God. I could have bought more of these. I could have bought a lot of those. Oh my God. I should probably move my stop. Man, if I could sell these for 24 cents a con, I'd be happy. 24 cents a con would... We're like 20 cents from being in the money on these. Jeez Louise. They go in the money, they'll be like 34 cents a con. Truth be told. Man, that'd be great, Craig. Market doesn't look like it wants to go though. It's just, just taking a breather. It's just, I mean, look at the move we're having on precious metals right now. You gotta understand there is gonna be a breather. Although that is a nasty topping tail candle. Do not like that. 10-minute looks better. Yeah, I would just expect a small pullback. And then you get the continuation up. It's gotta take a breather, man. I mean, you just can't just keep ripping, There's gonna be some profit taking. You're gonna have, guys that are late to the party jump in. That's just to be expected. We got a whole lot of day left. The market is not doing anything positive. I'll say that. We are progressing to sell. I'm glad I didn't take a long position. I was considering taking a long. When we were right here, I was considering taking a long. I literally was like, should I take a long? I was like, no, I'm gonna get my coffee. I don't want to get stuck at the chart. That's right. Do it. Just do it. I mean, although it would have been a beautiful scalp because you could have been able to grab a cool 10 points off of it, ridden it to the 9. Oh, we are. That's your entry. See, you're gonna come back and then you're gonna get your bid. Yeah, I'm getting sell signals on Nasdaq again. Now the sell signals are really starting to kick. It's gross. It's nice to see a diversion. Oh my God, the Dixie is dumping. Six minutes away from the top of the hour. Riz helping a brother get paid on gold. Thank you very much. Hey, congrats, brother. Congrats on that gold trade. I am glad to hear that that worked out for you, Dolce. Dolce sounds like a Gabber sounds like he's having a heck of a day. It should rip. Technically, yeah, if the dollar is selling, because that would mean that people are not investing in the dollar. They're pulling their money out and they're going to a more risk on investment. What would that risk on investment be? Let's take a look at the heat map. Let's see if we can find any of this money. Right now, it looks like finance, healthcare, technology is really what's carrying the market at this point. Of course, precious metals, also maybe crude oil. I was hearing some news about crude oil making a move. So let's look over at CL and see what crude oil futures are at. Crude is selling. Has been dumping since yesterday morning. Like we got that rip in the morning session. We got into right into New York lunch when the NASDAQ and ES started to rip. It looks like this thing started to sell and has not stopped at all. I mean, pretty nasty sell-off. I wonder if we'll catch a bid here and it will kind of hold itself. Interesting spot that silver is, or the crude oil is in. And by the way, General, I did mention that bear flag on NQ, and it does look like we have broken below that bear flag. So let's see. It's not the look we want. It's not the look you want, and it's not the look I want either. Scott Betson is talking, just blabbing about the bond market. Bassett, daily cash trading of treasuries is around $1 trillion. Treasuries are the best performing 2025 developed nation market. And treasuries are more liquid and robust than ever. It can happen later. I mean, it could take another 30 minutes for us to have that reversion. We'll have a mean reversion. It's just a matter of when. You know, and remember, you're trying to catch a falling knife. You know, you're trying to catch a falling knife. You know, that's why I say it's super important to be patient in the morning session to see how the market develops here in the morning session. Take a look at silver. I'm flagging a little. Imagine unrolling your rug and that little dude falls out. You're like, when did you get here? Who invited you, Haas? That dude is funny. Oh, he launched a crypto coin as well. You know that? I put my stop in the money on silver, so I got it sitting at like 4 cents. So worst comes to worst, I still like, double my money on these calls. Just a little worried. I shouldn't even put a stop on it. You know what? I'm not gonna put a stop on it. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it because the ace is gonna call me paper hands, and you know what? I don't want to paper hand this. I want the big bucks on this. Come on, gold, let's do it. You're big time short on tech, but yeah, we were almost in the money on these calls. Jeez Louise. I'm ready though. I'm ready for that next leg up on the precious metals. Yeah, I'm still getting sell signals on the market. I've not gotten. Oh, come on up, Coach Becky. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Good morning. You're in gold or silver? I'm catching up.
I'm in silver.
Okay, nice. My good friend was in a long on gold this morning and he got out and then it ripped even like way the heck higher. A little grumbly. It happens.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's unfortunate sometimes if you get out of the position sometimes too soon. Why am I getting sound out of this? Oh.
Paper hands, yeah. I didn't tell him that ace, but yeah. Oops. Although I shorted ES this morning, Nacho. I shorted ES and I paper handed that apparently. Look how much more she fell. Wah, wah. Yeah, momentum. I know.
Hindsight.
I know.
Momo is your friend.
Like that.
Hey, but you're
It's
right
true.
though. Friend is your friend.
I know. Oh yeah.
And what am I risking? What am I risking? I'm risking a measly $12.
Yeah, nice. Let me look at ES here. Yeah, 50 is a good target because the resistance that we broke through yesterday was right around 68.50 on ES. There is a anomaly in between here, which we're sitting on top of, and I think that's what we're getting the reaction from here on ES. Is there's a low volume anomaly midday yesterday, and that seems to be where we stalled at on ES right now. But there's definitely momentum is down on ES, is what I see as well. And NQ is trending with that, which is nice.
I think you should get a wick on ES down to 68.57. And depending on what we do there, that would be a bounce spot for me. That if you wanted to go long, I would wait till about that range. Although if we break that aggressively, then I would expect us to get down to 6,844. You know what? Maybe I'll start. You know what? I'll start adding my ES levels to my morning levels. Yeah, because I didn't even realize your sell spot on ES was at 6,885. At that spot, you would have wanted to go short.
Yeah, I shorted at 88 today. 68.88. Sorry, my average price was. Yeah, those are the same levels. Thanks, Dave. That's good. Yeah, the first 5 minute for me on ES was bearish, and then I just, the gap fill and the target just below with yesterday's high day before the overnight session looked good in terms of it gapped up, and then it showed some bearish energy at start. So then on the retracement, I started building a short down to gap fill, and then I had one runner for a little bit lower, and then I was out, and then she bounced a little bit. But for me, you guys know I got a bunch of kids at home, and so I switched gears to them. And so I like that. I like that nice quick, got the early move and locked it in, and that's my jam. But then sometimes you have to deal with this where it was like, yeah, it's like you shorted the top of a day that could go 60 more points. Nice entry nutshell. I'll take it. I get it. Yeah, I'm happy with my profits, and then it bounced too. When it bounces after you lock in your last runner, it always makes me feel good, because it's like, okay, everyone else, a lot of other people took profits there too. But then when the trend continues after the bounce, it's like.
I mean, that's usually what we end up with, though, more often than not,
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It could have come all the way, like it could have come back up and gone to break even, or I'm happy. I'm happy with what I got. It was good. Big bears. That guy looks cuddly, not aggressive. I'm friends with the bears. Because I don't know if you went through this, but when I started trade copying a couple years ago, it made me, I don't know if you guys do this too, it made me get out a little bit sooner, because when you're trade copying, it's basically, multiplying your leverage. And so, you're in for 2 contracts, say, and then, but you're copying it to, 6 accounts. It's like, there's actually 12 contracts short you have. And so, it messes with psychology just a little bit. You have to I factor that in, because then I think about, the way you take profits from the accounts. It's like, I don't know, trade copying, it shifted my ability to have diamond hands over paper hands.
Funny thing is, I don't normally trade copy.
Okay.
I prefer to just trade my accounts individually, one by one.
Okay.
So I just like to limit my risk, that way. And it's not always about trading every single account. For me, I've already got staggered accounts. I've got cash accounts that I trade out of for myself personally as well. So for me, the trade is very differently, that I just have to hone in on where I'm at and what account usually what I do is whatever the last account is, first account out of my pay cycle that I pulled money out of is usually the one I start working on. So I start replenishing money out of the very first account I've taken a withdrawal from. And then I start going account by account that way.
Nice. Rotate them, which is a great way of managing risk, for sure. Smart.
Yeah, that was really important for me at the beginning, because I quit my, I closed my businesses. I started, just trading on my own. And at that point, I realized very quickly is I couldn't be trading all my accounts at once. And then my friend Jay Wiz, she got into this grind that she was just passing accounts. She just started just grinding accounts, just passing accounts. So like at one point she had maybe 25 to 30 accounts that she had funded. And that inspired me, because I was like, having 25 accounts means you have a substantial amount of times that you can grow an account to get paid. And that's actually what
Right.
I ended up doing something similar, not with as many accounts, but I had about 13 or 14 accounts that I ended up passing in like the course of 2 weeks. And then from there, then I started growing them. And I realized that it was much easier. And I saved myself a bunch of money versus going at singular accounts, just one account at a time. Because then it was like, I felt like I had to push the envelope. I gotta pass this in 2 days. I started setting those kind of marks for myself at the beginning. And then I started to realize that that wasn't the way to do it. I was stressing myself out, and I kind of had to learn that this is the cheapest college education I'm ever going to get. And the reason I say that is because, if I go to a community college or a regular university, it's going to cost me thousands of dollars. But the evals don't cost thousands of dollars. They can if you don't manage yourself correctly. But, if you adhere to some strict rules and some guidelines for, your trading through the month, as you're learning, you'll slowly start to build towards that. And that was really the edge that I found for myself when I was starting to grind. When I was trying to get accounts and pass them, it wasn't so much making money at the beginning. It was like, okay, let me stack a handful of past accounts to where if I have strict risk loss, rules in place, which was, $250 to $500 an account, I was only trading M and Q cons. And really what I was focusing on was my trend trades. So like Jenna will remember this. So what I started basically doing was I was blowing accounts at the beginning, and I was like, well, how can I avoid this? I said, well, I need to risk down. And that's when I started to learn about using M and Q. And I realized the power that M and Q had, just the mere leverage in it, that with 3 contracts, I could make my $200, my $250. And not be all like I'm freaking out on a day-to-day, not losing my mind, and keeping my sanity. And that's when I started to that's when I found my rhythm and my consistency. And then I realized, okay, if I start doing this, then I go to this. So, then it became, let me focus on the $200 a day. And then as I started to progress, it was like, okay, now I'm building the accounts. Now let me start stepping into the larger leverage. Let me use NQ now that I've got, a few dozen, past evals, cash accounts. And now I can spread my risk across it and risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to take 2 NQ cons. And if I get stopped out at 250, I'm done for the day. Or if I catch that trend trade, with those 2 cons, I've just made $1,500.
Yeah.
And then it was like, whoa, risk to reward is now laid out fully for me. It is now mapped out completely for me, because let's say I take 3 losses in that week. I lose 3 days in a row. Now I'm down either, 750 or 1,500, depending on the account size. But if on that 4th day, if I hit that solid trade, now I've made 1,500 and I've made it up for the accounts. So, it started to make sense when I started really doing the math and laying out, where am I at? How is this affecting me? And how should I better manage myself in the trade?
Right. Plus you really factored in like, what is my threshold for like staying solid psychologically, which is so important. I think we each have like define our like risk threshold that works with our constitution or whatever, with our accounts and with our ability to hold steady and not micromanage it and trust the trend and not worry about locking it in and coming back. Like that's awesome that you can figure out the size that works with the math and everything. That's perfect.
Absolutely. The only thing I have problems with now is when my technical analysis doesn't hold. Like this is the perfect example right here yesterday. I was expecting the long to hold. We got that rejection and then we just sold down. And it's like, why? Why did we sell down? We broke above all the EMAs, and why are we getting this pullback? We've already consolidated for well over an hour. You know, those are the times that I still kind of find myself that I struggle with it, because it's like, I know what, I believe I know what it should be doing, you know, and it's like, why is it not doing that? You know, why are you pulling back? Why have you gathered all this to do this? And now here, a couple of candles later, now you're ripping. You know, those are the times, those are the really the instances that I struggle with now, because it's like, you know, I'm sitting here patiently waiting for it, and then it, you know, to end up getting stopped out or losing on the trade, you know.
Right. Yeah, those are the frustrating days where you think you have a good handle on what it's doing, and then she doesn't do it, or she fakes out and messes around for a long time before making it happen. Definitely frustrating.
It's like ES is finally catching that bid now, coming into the new hour. Take a look at QQQ, see what the options chain is looking like right now.
Yeah, she fell
That's a
right
nice
through
blue
that
candle.
whole low volume anomaly on ES and hit that support area right below it from yesterday.
All those contracts got down to 93 cents. Woo. That's a nasty sell. Pivot. It's about that time, General. 10:15. I'm looking at it. Looking at like 621s on QQQ. They're sitting at like 91 cents right now. I want to cover. Ace, I'll give you a blanket. I got this real nice sofa blanket. It's got like the Batman logos on it. It's pretty dope. I don't have to use my daughter's Elsa blanket when I'm on the sofa. Becky knows what I mean.
Oh yeah. The kid stuff infiltrates everywhere. Although there's no Elsa in my house. My kids won't even sit through the Frozen movie. They're such messy, noisy boys.
No, you know, I'm lucky I got my daughter, so you know, she keeps my wife on her toes. They've got a date to go watch Wicked next week when she gets back.
See, I told my oldest, I was like, we gotta go see it, and he's like, no.
Aww.
Nope. A 13-year-old boy, he's like, no, Mom.
Tell him there'll be girls there.
I know, right? That's what I told him. I was like,
He could dress up like the prince. He could dress up like the prince.
I should work on that angle.
She got to think outside the box.
I know, right? I actually, that has worked rather well a time or two.
Let's see this. Well, I gotta turn it off in my stream, otherwise I get monetized on YouTube. I like that. That's a good little jam. That's a fun little jam. I like it. I'm so glad I didn't have my stop on silver. I would have gotten stopped out at like 3 cents a con, 3 or 4 cents a con, and I don't want that.
Nice strong bounce on ES. It did take out the high on the 5 minute.
It's trying.
Mm-hmm.
NASDAQ has almost a tweezer bottom here on the 5 minute. General probably remembers that.
Tweezer pattern?
Mm-hmm. Right here on the NASDAQ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Gabber says, oh my gosh, Becky, that's where I got short 88. Took it off the 84. Then that insta dump hit. Oh well, got some points. Take a look at gold. Still riding that 9. It's like it's getting ready to ramp up.
That's that big push, and then it's just kind of stalling out the last half hour here, but maybe it's a flag for the next leg here.
What flag mean?
Oh, look at me. Mom, I need another tummy up here.
And the bad thing about it is, I mean, it could pull back pretty far just to re-up on some buyers.
Right, retest the MAs. It's pulled away from them.
It's the only disadvantage to this thing. General NQ, I remember nothing. You don't remember anything that True Demon used to teach us?
True Demon, that's a hashtag. That's a name.
So I was in a Discord group called Hell's Trading Floor. I still am over there. Friend of mine's group and stuff. Anywho, True Demon was the owner. He's kind of a quant. So I learned a ton from him. Like the options, I learned from him. Like he taught me options. I got lucky that I got to be there. Yeah. He also did a lot of penny stocks and stuff like that when I first started trading. So that's where I learned the Greeks from. Really? You were a mod with him? Yeah. That's funny. RQ, I bet you we have crossed paths in the past. Did you have a different name back then, or have you always been RQ? Rage Quitter? I have an algo called that. It sounds familiar. That's another
good name.
Definitely a good name. Come on, that's 20. This is a good spot. Looks like we're forming a little bull flag here on the E2.
If the trend continues down, it could reject again here.
I mean, it's right on that downward trend line. So you couldn't be more right, you know?
Yep. Interesting area. Yep. I know, right? Shush with that bear talk. Sorry.
That's cool, RQ. That's cool. See, if you wouldn't have went to HTF, you would have met me there. Yeah, I sat in that trading group morning, day, and night with those guys. Everybody in that group, that's where I learned what I know now.
forums for trading really it is kind of a small world, honestly. Like there's overlap, I think. Shoosh. See, I said it, and then she pulled down a couple points.
Yeah.
We haven't proven we've broken this bear slide yet. I take it. Oh, shush.
Dang, General, you're blaming everybody today.
Hey,
You're better
Momo's
than
my
that.
friend, right? Goes both ways, up and down. Equal opportunity trader.
I want those 620s to get down to like 93 cents again. That's what I want.
You know, you say it, you put it out in the universe. I do believe that it's been. Livermore wants you to hold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an OG diamond hands. Livermore. Okay, General. You got it to move. Look at that.
Well, now let's take it out. Let's see, let's take it on my tummy. Oh, you know what a trick is.
Let's go, Bulls. Break it, break it. Give us a B. Ooh, I do love a B day.
Can they?
I mean, reversion back up. If we could break this trend here and take the turn.
Let's see if they have it. I mean, it's the right time. We're 4 minutes away from the close of London Power Hour now. So if there's any time to get that pivot, this would be the time.
Yeah, it was a good distance that we slid down, you know, and into an area of support from yesterday. Filled some of the, you know, low volume from yesterday as well. I'm switching the vibe for you, General.
Yeah, on NQ, this is my reversal spot. I did mark that on my, now within my morning numbers. So we're right at that we bounced off of.
It does look good. This like hold sideways action with some strong bullish candles on the 5-minute for ES. It definitely is giving some turn energy. There it is.
Can it hold though?
Yeah.
Or would this be a fake out?
You know, a couple years ago, I did this deep dive into which days tend to be trending, which days tend to be like hesitation days. And it was very interesting what my data showed. And it is not a foolproof, but it did show that Tuesdays and Thursdays are more often trend days. And there's often rest and rotational and fighting days on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That was in the back of my mind.
This is a mess.
But it is not foolproof, so everything is just, you know, with a grain of salt. And
Well,
No.
I can actually give you some insight on that. Let's keep it.
ooh, yes, please.
No. I'm using the scissors.
This is how I track our bullish
Okay.
days. So I've got a Renko algo that I kind of follow, and when it starts to go green and it starts to close trades, those are green days for us.
Well, not really on my head.
So like that right there gives me an indication of how strong the trend is for the day. So like if this guy starts to close trades, I know that we're on a strong trend day. That's what I use as a confluence for myself. I don't use it to trade because it has
Oh, interesting.
ridiculous drawdown. It has some nasty drawdown, but as a confluence for intraday, works beautifully.
Is this on?
That's great. It's showing you that the trend is pushing and it's hitting targets, right? So it would show
Yeah.
momentum then, kind of.
Yeah, it's more of a momentum. You're right. It is more of a momentum. And there's that strong push on NQ now to the upside. Let's go.
ES too.
From here's the paper. Here's the tape. We're taking this on the head.
Oh, there's that rejection.
Yes, and have a little pause. Trying.
Can't get over the 26, yeah. But let's see. Might be catching that reversion now here on the market.
Yeah. Tomorrow's got a nice entry. That's interesting, Ace, about Tuesdays and Thursdays too. Best trading days going back statistically. Interesting. Statistics are powerful. Like you can start to gain trends and understandings of behavior and our own personal outcomes. Information and sharpen it.
Here.
Yeah, we tagged that overnight now to 5,900, but not in New York session yet.
Yeah, we didn't get to the prior day's low though. We actually had a little bit more to go. And we're right back into yesterday's orb low.
I feel like we gotta give credit to General a little bit on this reversal too. He was like, stop with the bears. And it worked.
Yeah, he did.
He called it. Strong work.
He's like, no.
Nope, we're done. They've had their turn. Now shush.
Dang, those are 45 cents.
Here.
Anytime, Jen. I'm listening. Tell me what you need.
He needs more dump. He's gonna hit you. You're lucky he's not there with you. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Green Day. Herman Bull is in sync with the stock market in general, so.
Mm-hmm. New high a day?
No, I need to take the boat
Data.
outside. Just boy, on.
Somebody's calling me from Vegas.
This push up on ES broke some resistance here. I would say screen calls from Vegas. That's smart.
Well, I thought it was, but actually it's a local number, the new area code here in town. I think it was. Let's see. Is that my area code?
Right.
Oh no, somebody, yeah, I got a spam call from Vegas. It is. Well, I have a Vegas number. I changed my telephone number not too long ago, and when I did, instead of getting a San Antonio number, I got a Las Vegas area code. So now I have a Vegas telephone number. But the nice thing about it, with this new number, I don't get any spam calls. This is like the first spam call I think I've ever gotten.
You're not on all the lists yet.
I don't give this number out to anybody. I don't give this number out to anybody. What I did was my old number, I moved it over to my tablet. So I only keep that number just for like authentications and login verifications that need my telephone number. That's the only thing I use that number for now. I don't ever answer that phone number anymore. But when people ask me for my number, I give that number. I just never number. I just, obviously don't answer it.
And you don't actually want to hear from them.
I mean, realistically, I can count the people on like two hands that would actually need to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
And yes, General is one of them. General does have my number. Of course, my trade buddies have my number.
Right. Close friends. You gotta have that.
Exactly. Well, we keep tabs of each other, especially, we're not like in the same city, and sometimes you haven't heard from someone in a minute, so we drop a text on each other and see how we're doing and all that good stuff.
That's awesome. Amaro, beautiful job, man. Like that, I totally agree with paper hands while your account is growing. I think that is a vibe that is very successful long term, and it's like setting you up for reasonable, consistent account building, and you're not going to give it back. Like, props. That's a sweet spot for me. I'm very pleased when I hit my daily target with the accounts and the size and the momentum I want to keep behind them. It's good.
Mm-hmm. Nice formation here on NQ on the 5-minute. Looks like we might just be getting a nice bull flag there. Take a look at the Dixie. Dixie is still selling, so that was the interesting thing for the morning session. Dixie has been selling all morning, and unfortunately, the market was not representing that in an upside move, which was really, really strange. But, who knows? Maybe we'll get like a very strong move to the upside.
The trend line on ES. On that 5-minute, we broke the trend line. Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at gold. Gold is breaking out again. It's going to push up.
Yeah,
4,202. Let's go. Let's go. Gold. Let's go. Send it. Send it. I'm up 437% on these calls. Let's go. We don't need no stinky NASDAQ. Oh, I have to take this off. It's hot in here. It's getting warm.
I see bulls all across, man. NQ turn, ES turn, gold broke above that pause it was doing, a little flag.
Well, silver is ripping, General. Silver is.
Thanks, Amaro, about yesterday's class. I appreciate that. I think it's good to have the conversations, right?
Yeah, I got to say, you and Coach Matt are doing a phenomenal job with y'all's classes that y'all are having in the after hours.
Thanks. Honestly, like the conversations about anything around trading that bring some knowledge or skill or a different pivot on something, or just a psychology discussion that we are all like managing actively, I think it just makes us stronger because it keeps it in the forefront of your mind of like how to best like manage yourself with the charts, like treat it like a business. It helps.
Exactly.
Yeah, it should be uploaded to the YouTube today.
I think the mere fact that you all aren't talking about the intraday the way I am, because it's really hard to teach a class in the middle of the intraday while people are trying to take a trade. You guys are doing it in the after hours where people can sit down, not be looking at the market trying to take a trade. They can actually sit there and take in the content that you all are providing to them. Ooh, that's a nasty sell on gold.
I agree the timing is more ideal to actually focus on a conversation when the charts aren't printing. We're not still trading our accounts. Like it's a better time to even think about it and focus on it. Yeah, it's good timing.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it allows the traders to focus, take in the content, hopefully take notes. I hope the traders are taking notes in those classes because, you know, y'all are giving away gold over there.
I think Blue Sky's doing a nice job. Like I'm new around here, but I think the energy is good in terms of like the full scale of what they want to have available to Blue Sky traders is like the different conversations, and Matt's lab is killer, and like you just hold it down so well all day. Like it really is kind of a full circle type situation of offerings of different things that you could catch at different times that will just make us stronger as a community. It's a good vibe. Happy to be a part of it.
Well, I'm glad to have you here. You know, I myself am enjoying y'all's classes. You know, I always say, you know, even now, you know, being able to hear what you say or Coach Matt, you know, is just giving me, you know, added tools that, you know, I was lacking in some instances. You know, I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, you guys are going to be really excited too. We're going to start doing a podcast coming up here in the next week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We're going to have a roundtable with all of our coaches here at Blue Sky. I believe Mike will be joining us at that roundtable as well. And we're going to be doing a pre-market analysis. So I'm trying to push for that to be out on Monday morning, but you know, it'll either be Monday morning or Monday afternoon. We're still working out the details on that.
Early in the week for sure. Yeah, it'd be good for us to like be able to like chat about the markets and our trading and our styles, what we see, like traders that are killing it. Like that's the essence of what the podcast will be, is like everyone, all of us just chatting together about all things around Blue Sky and trading and what we're doing and what we're looking for this week, and then get it out so you guys can enjoy the chat. It'll be cool.
Definitely.
What do you mean, Coach Matt whispering in your ear? RQ to short it. He's a bull. Matt's a bull. Wait a minute. I know I'm new around here, but I feel like he's got bullish energy. What am I missing? Yeah, gold is holding. Got a little rejection, but she's pushing back.
That's right, Nacho. Yeah, soon, yeah, it's all us working up to extend our reach and extend our content. So yeah, definitely, we're looking forward to it. Hope you guys enjoy that content that we bring on podcast. I know I'm excited for it. You know, I'm even hearing some tidbits about radio, so that might even be in the works, that you guys don't have to use your phone or PC to listen to us. You'd be able to listen to us on XM or, you know, internet radio stations. So I'm super excited about that.
You're right. I'm still finding my bearings around here, RQ. You keep me dialed in. Keep me on the right track.
Yeah, my strength is always in the uptrend. That is where most of my good trades come from, are always in an uptrend. That's one reason why, you know, I don't always trade ES and NASDAQ on the daily. You know, I'll go to other indices because for me, my setups that I'm able to visualize best are usually, you know, long trades, not short trades.
Right. Which is such a good thing that you just said of like we need to know what traits speak to us the most, what we see most confidently, and can take and ride and hold longer for bigger profits. Because if one indice is not giving you your ideal setup, like there's other opportunities out there that might speak to your system better in that day session. So that's a great lesson. Just literally what you just said, Riz.
Oh, thank
Find
you.
what's the trend that works best with your system. Yeah, good. I need Coach Riz and Coach Matt in my life because I see the bears more easily and the market is bullish. So help. I'm listening. I have to actively like manage it. Gold is so strong today.
I got my helmet on. It has a hole from the top. Oh, that's what
Maybe that's what we need. We'll get some ski mask. We'll get like that in the podcast.
Oh, that could be an episode. You're weird. We get some clickbait out of that. Ooh. That one looks a little hulkish. What?
Yeah, see, it's just normally like that for me. Like I can normally find something that's really strong. That's one reason why I always lean on that. You know, and like you mentioned, you know, I was like, I know where my strength lies, and I rather focus on that rather than where my weakness is, especially in the circumstances because, you know, as a trader, my job is to make money, you know? So and I know that the short will come. I know that I have my instances. You guys have seen me. I do short the market at times. I just don't short it all the time. And it's not always what I'm looking for. And unfortunately, I'm always fearful of the reversal and what the reversal will look like because the reversal can be very volatile, you know, and it can pivot on a dime on you and just leave you for dead and it won't come back. You know, when that wants to happen, you know, when that value area low is found in the market, you know, it's just gonna go. Oof.
She's rejecting here at that pull up. It did break the trend line on 5 minutes clearly, but it's a rejection.
Yeah, pull back in.
Yeah, snooze speed, pull back up the breakout, and then they're both falling together. Minutes shy of New York lunch.
What is gold doing? Taking a breather. We don't need this breather. We need rocket ships. We need you up at like 2:15.
Yeah, it's just poked a little lower.
Yeah. Bears are
I want that
relentless
lower
today.
support. Yeah.
The temperature outside today. It's a little warm in my office. Today was Grace Kelly's birthday. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder why that came up on my feed.
Yeah, down 2 5-minute candles took back that entire attempt to push up. We'll see. There was that support between 44 to 50 on ES, and that was a strong support yesterday. So we'll see what happens when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what we're talking about with that tilt and like managing yourself. Was it Amaro with lock it out? He was in that long and he locked out when he had scruff it and then locked the screen and then she dumped like that. You never, you know, like you gotta always be on guard with this little Miss Market. She can take it all back. Thing about paper hands versus diamond hands too, you know, like what's your time frame for holding versus, you know, locking it in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this could have been the retest here. All right, so just lower on ES and now there's a little bit here. I do like this general area on ES.